Now going over to the Culture Proud podcast, you have Planet Fitness victim gives an interview. The someone who looks like basically your nice grandma. She was the one who reported a biological man shaving in front of a girl in front of the women's restroom at Planet Fitness. And Planet Fitness subsequently decided to revoke her membership. So for speaking out, she got her membership revoked, which is almost impossible with fitness companies. I mean, usually, traditionally, they make all their sales in January, and then they struggle throughout the rest of the year. To actually fire a customer, I mean, it's almost unheard of. It's a cliche as old as time. Even Friends made fun of it in the 90s, where it's so prohibitively hard to quit from the gym is a parody in and of itself. So to say that, I mean, they are certainly virtue signaling, or some might say they're sticking by their values by firing someone who brings up this concern. Well, not fires. This grandma was not a employee of Planet Fitness; they were just a member. Now, it looks like this was your first report. Thanks to Libs of TikTok during the interview. And as youth might say, it went pretty viral. It got 1.9 million views in the first 24 hours last week. And it also got 31,000 likes. Now, it's about 8 minutes and 40 seconds long. So it's a little bit long. I'm just going to play the first half. And before the interview, Liv's TikTok says, quote, exclusive, new details emerged in my conversation with Patricia Silva, the woman whose membership at Planet Fitness was revoked after she exposed a man shaving in the women's bathroom. While she is punished for standing up for women, Planet Fitness is continuing to allow men to enter women's spaces. Patricia is hoping to inspire others to speak out if they encounter a similar situation and to protect women's safety, unquote. And truth be told, her voice is infinitely better than mine, so without further ado, we'll go ahead and play that really quick here.
Welcome, everyone, to the Lives of TikTok experience. I have an incredible guest today. I am going to be talking to Patricia from Alaska, and you have probably by now seen the viral story of the woman who had her Planet Fitness membership revoked after she complained about a man shaving in the women's bathroom. So now, like, Planet Fitness stock is down about 7% over the last few days. They have mass cancellations. I'm hearing reports from insiders of massive internal panic as they try to deal with this PR nightmare that they created for themselves based on their own policies. So we're going to get to talk to Patricia and hear from her exactly what happened. So welcome, Patricia. Thank you so much for joining me today.
And thank you for inviting me. I'm really glad that you're helping to bring an awareness to these situations.
Yeah, when you posted that video on Facebook, I mean, what were you expecting? Did you think that it was going to become this whole massive national news story?
Oh, of course not. I was bringing an awareness to our community. Poco Fairbanks is fairly small. I lived here for 40 years intentionally. So when I did that video, it was a matter of me feeling like this can't happen in Fairbanks, Alaska, right?
I'm with you. I would be shocked. I don't want that to happen in my community. I'm glad that you decided to use your voice and your platform and to share the story. If we could just go break down what happened. So you snapped a photo of the man in the bathroom, right? And then you were you just like at the gym? You were working out?
My daughter was doing therapy across the street, and I'm a member at Planet Fitness and the athletic club, and it's just simple, easy. I was going to go in there and do a little workout, and I walked in the restroom. He and I caught eye contact. He had full face of shaving cream, and I got his attention, took a picture because I felt intimidated. When I walked out of the bathroom, I noticed a girl sitting, like he was in the mirror to his left, wrapped in a towel. And she was a young girl. I don't know how young she was, but she was young. So I took a picture of him, and I thought, well, I'll talk to the authorities and see what my rights are. That he needs to be out of here. So I actually told him, I said, you are who you are, and you need to not be in a woman's bathroom. So he said, you know what? I'm LGBT queer. I'm transitioning right now. And I said, doesn't matter. You're a man, and you should not be in here. So would you please leave? And he tried to argue, so I walked out. So then it was Wednesday morning as I got a call from Planet Fitness. It was 8:55 a.m. And they said, Patricia, we have a situation, Miss Silva. You know what I'm talking about. This is Planet Fitness, and we need to cancel your membership. You crossed our rules. And I said, I was not the offender. We were offended. Every woman in that bathroom, I'm sure, was offended. I can only assume that he goes in there to make a statement that he can be there. I don't think it's so much that he just wants to be a girl. For him to stand there, and he could be shaving at home or in the shower, but to do it, it was intimidating. And by the way, all he really has to do is walk up to that desk and say, I identify as a girl and I'm going in the women's bathroom. And they say, okay. They don't ask for passport, driver's license, anything that determines, legally that he's now transgender. They just let him go. And then what do we have? We have children being raped in the bathrooms. We have, women being intimidated in the locker rooms. It's just, it's atrocious.
Were you aware that Planet Fitness actually allow men in the women's bathroom as long as they say they identify as a woman?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
But
I mean, I don't think anyone knew that. And granted, they did have a couple commercials. We reviewed those earlier this week. I mean, how many of you knew that prior to this controversy? I mean, I had no idea.
no, I didn't know that. And the truth is that shouldn't be acceptable just to identify. You need more than that. Because if you think about it, anybody that walks in there, these pedophiles, these perverts, that's how they prey on people.
They just want to be in a women's bathroom, forget about how they identify. I mean, he's clearly not a woman. I doubt he even identifies as a woman. And he goes in there and shaves in front of women and girls. I mean, it seems like it's just a fetish.
I felt that too. I mean, I really feel, so, I'm a life coach. And one of the studies I do know is that your intuition is never wrong, never. And immediately, I felt nauseous when I walked in there. I felt intimidated.
Has Planet Fitness said anything else to do after they removed your membership? Because the story doesn't seem like it's going away.
So they're not making any changes. And when I called the police, they basically said, well, you really don't have rights. I mean, if he's identifying as a woman, then he has a right to be in there. And I said, all I'm asking you for is an investigation. Find out if that man has any legal documentation, not that I accept him being in there, even if he does. I mean, he's got a piece.
And that is one of the most important things of culture. I mean, it shapes politics, shapes policies, and it shapes enforcement of laws. I mean, we've seen this time and time again where we have laws in the books that are never enforced, this being yet another instance of that. Culturally speaking, there are a lot of people who are completely fine with biological men going to women's bathrooms where children are, where women are, and the police are more worried about backlash from them than the other side. And I can't help but wonder, let's pull up their stock price again. It's probably not great. Let's see here. Because, I mean, last week it went down around, what was it, like 3%? Still hovering around a little below 60. I mean, they're not doing great. And when you just Brave search and Google search, 1, 2, 3, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First 8 results. So the whole first page of the results for Google, which, let's be honest, people don't look past page 1. It's all negative press for Planet Fitness. It's all around the stock plunging because of the controversy and people starting to boycott the brand and the company because of their policy. So it's definitely not great news if you're a shareholder. You should probably be quite concerned. And again, I think they're going to stick to their guns. They're going to stick to this policy. Because if their funding, I mean, there's funding implications. Some shareholders want this policy. There are some consumers who do want that policy of having men in women's bathrooms. I think if I were to gamble, I'd say probably the odds are 50-50 on who agrees on this policy versus who disagrees with the policy. Now, granted, we could also argue which of those people are more likely to actually go to the gym and work out. Fair question. But yeah, I can't help but think overall it's going to be net loss for the company. And again, it's one of the most cutthroat industries. I mean, especially if this happened in January, they'd be in a lot more trouble. Because again, that's where a majority of the sales come in for pretty much every gym. It's a fascinating phenomenon because of New Year's resolutions. a lot of companies will thrive Q4 or the fiscal quarter of the year, and yet Q1, relatively speaking, for most industries, is relatively slower than usual. With the exception of the fitness industry, they just spike exponentially. But let's go in the comments and see what does everyone else have to say. You have Liberacat Media TM saying, quote, "It'd be a shame if everyone were to tag Planet Fitness in this post and let them know it's not okay." And it's a picture of a overweight biological man in a bikini and a beard, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women looking extremely uncomfortable in a locker room. That got 3.2 thousand likes. Paul Zuzupa says, quote, "There's really only one solution to the Planet Fitness situation: drive them out of business. No man or woman should go there if they actually respect women. The only people who now go to Planet Fitness are predators and misogynists," unquote, getting 1.6 thousand likes. Let's see here. Oh, there's a handsome profile. I might be a little biased, but the topping show says, quote, "Looking at their stock, I don't think shareholders are going to like this policy. They may be gaining some consumers due to the policy, but I suspect they will lose more," unquote. That brilliant observation by the topping show got not many likes. It only got 2 likes, but I'm a little biased. I'm going to give that guy a shout out. Now, in all seriousness, going down, you also have Mr. Bigglesworth memes saying, quote, "Repost to boycott Planet Fitness," and is a picture of, well, it's like the washroom sign of the man and the woman, but the woman has an extra appendage between the legs and is pushing out the traditional silhouette of the woman. They got 2.1 thousand likes. Let's see here. Brano says, quote, "I was hoping this interview would happen. Planet Fitness, are you paying attention?" And in Planet Fitness has a logo and it says, "Wait, why are you canceling your memberships?" And below it said the trad wife and the trad husband, also known as traditional, as the youth might say, they say, quote, "You canceled personal safety, so we're canceling you," unquote, getting 1.3 thousand likes. Let me see. Rushkar Karba says, quote, "It's not just Planet Fitness, it's LA Fitness too." And it looks like this is a sign from an LA Fitness gym. And it says, "LA Fitness Signature Club. Transgender individuals may use the locker room associated with their gender, or with the gender with which they identify." Like, grammatically, that is correct. It's just a little awkward. Well, grammatically awkward just sounds weird to say. I got 751 likes. Now, granted, if you look at Los Angeles and LA Fitness, and I'm guessing the demographics and the locations and the culture for them, that might make a little bit more sense. I mean, it's Los Angeles. I know I know they have locations all over. Let's see here. A couple of people reposting, the instructions of how to cancel it. Let's see here. Scrolling down, see here. We got Sissio Afrenis saying, quote, "Patricia may not know Alaska has privacy rights in our Constitution, and the state Supreme Court has specifically mentioned women having sex-based privacy rights. Planet Fitness needs to be confronted legally," unquote, getting 809 likes. Let's see here. Max Pescori says, quote, "Bad situation, horrible PR. I'm shorting their stock," unquote, getting 168 likes, which that's anytime you do anything with stocks, it's definitely a gamble. Some might say it's an educated guess. And I don't give financial advice, obviously, but yeah. I mean, if enough people cancel, the stock will go down. Now, that being said, someone like Bill Gates, very similar to Bud Light, might just swoop in and buy, I think he bought $95 million of shares through one of his organizations. You also have the Wealth Turtle saying, quote, "Planet Fitness caters to pedos and groomers," unquote, getting 334 likes. Mr. 360 Blow says, quote, "I got my membership revoked for asking about his sports bra on the treadmill. I get to see an empty parking lot each day as a result. We are winning," unquote, getting 211 likes. Let's see here. Glenda says, quote, "I hope she inspires others to cancel their Planet Fitness membership," unquote, getting 279 likes. So as the youth might say, instead of ratio, they're vindicated. It seems like 100% of the responses are all positive and giving both Libs of TikTok and the gal accolades. And I'm not too surprised, Gavin. Again, there's going to be a little confirmation bias in people who follow Libs of TikTok already. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, at the end of the day, are they going to gain more sales, or are they possibly going to alienate so many prospective clients and lose so many current clients that at the end of the day it will be a net negative? If I were gambling man, I'd say that's probably going to be the result. But as I always say, sometimes time shall tell. Thank Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback. Let me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.